Parenting isn't a piece of cake that you can do all by yourself. It needs time-to-time guidance and tips to improve, especially for first-time parents. For prior reassurance, knowledge about the struggles that you and your baby will face in the baby's periods. These books work as saviors for new parents. If you are becoming a parent, congratulations, and I must add, you must take some time out to read these as per your interest and need. The most important visitor you'll ever have in your home might be a newborn, but sadly it won't come with instructions. Parents shoulder an enormous burden of duty when it comes to their children's protection, upbringing, and education to ensure that they grow up to be happy, kind, intelligent, and mannered little people. Helping moms typically requires a large amount of effort and the participation of a community of knowledgeable individuals. These books will provide new parents with knowledge, reassurance, and even some chuckles, all in one convenient package. They are not only exceptionally informative, but also delightful to listen to. When we require support, we find that reading some of these writings helps us feel encouraged. To put it another way, these are the 10 best books about parenting that can be found everywhere. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and share. If you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to never miss an update. Links to the books are given in the description below. Number 10. Bringing Up Baby by Pamela Druckerman. He is a journalist, Emmy-winning documentary producer, and author of 5 books. Pamela's book, Sunday Times, ranked Bringing Up Baby as the best-selling book in the United Kingdom, and it also made the top 10 in the United States. The book outlines provide an overview of the life lessons that an American mother who raised her child in France was able to gain from experience. You will see that by instituting a few basic guidelines, you can teach your child to act much more appropriately and devote more time to oneself and the things that are important to you. It's pretty much unavoidable that new parents will have restless nights, right? It's not necessary at all. The majority of French children will stay asleep throughout the night, with some even beginning this practice as young as a few weeks of age. What is it about these parents' upbringing that ensures their children are so well behaved? It can be seen in the way that they react to them. Likewise, the book discusses many other aspects and their solutions too. Number 9. The Confident Parent by Jane Scott, MD, and Stephanie Land. These two have written several articles that discuss the work of maid services, as well as abuse and poverty in the United States. Alongside that, this is one of the best picks that I have ever read of Jane and Stephanie. In this, author and professor Jennifer Miller acts as a helpful mentor, guiding you through learning with this informative book. The untruths that have been told to us about our feelings. 1. How do those feelings influence our decisions too? How we might rethink our parenting approaches so that they align with our most important beliefs is discussed. In her book, The Confident Parent, Dr. Jane Scott, who has first-hand experience with the stress that parenting can cause, offers guidance on making sense of all the conflicting information. Readers of The Confident Parent learn not only how to become responsible parents, but also how to become happy and more well-balanced people overall. The fundamentals of infant and toddler care, such as nursing, dealing with emotional outbursts, and other topics, are covered in detail in this book. Number 8. The Newborn Sleep Book by Dr. Louis Jassy and Dr. Jonathan Jassy. Since 2007, Jassy has worked as a private pediatrician at Belmore Merrick Medical. Dr. Lewis derives a great deal of professional satisfaction from his ability to treat infants successfully and teach young children how to sleep through the night. So is the aim of this book. Louis and Jonathan Jassy, both physicians in the state of New York, are brothers and authors of the book. If a newborn is properly trained, their feedings can be spaced out to occur once every 4 hours, which will allow them to sleep uninterrupted during the night. This is the concept of this idea. More than 90% of parents report that the Jassy way is effective in putting their children to sleep. This method was developed and perfected by 2 prominent pediatricians. Number 7. The Happiest Baby on the Block by Dr. Carr. He is one of the most respected pediatricians and authorities on child development in the United States. Dr. Carr believed that your skill should not be limited to the clinics, but giving others tips also helps a vast audience. Written by Dr. Carr, the book The Happiest Baby on the Block from 2002 addresses one of the most significant challenges that new parents will encounter: the continuous cries and sobs of their infant. These allow us to understand why it is imperative that you respond to your baby's cries and how you can help your infant feel more secure and peaceful by stimulating their calming reflex. Your baby's life depends on you responding to his or her cries. The 5 S's of swaddling: holding the infant in the sides or belly position, sniffling, swaying, and suckling. Dr. Harvey Karp describes what is known as the fourth trimester in his book, The Happiest Baby on the Block. Number 6. First Aid for Babies and Children Fast by Vivian J. Armstrong. It's worth having someone who understands their actions to handle life's tiny and significant situations, from first aid necessities to life-saving techniques. The guidebook of Vivian, and so his learnings, have proved to be a safe guide for people with no medical background. First Aid for Babies and Fast Children is a walking manual for treating 100+ symptoms and accidents. This book will walk you through the critical early care that can prove to be highly vital in preserving life and improving the chances of a full recovery. This book provides comprehensive coverage of all potential emergency scenarios, from providing first aid for wounds and injuries to addressing the medical needs of an unconscious kid. First aid is a type of emergency medical care, typically administered at the scene of the accident, shortly after it has happened, and directly after the harm has been sustained. But to clarify for you, you should not perform until and unless you are from a medical professional, because these are only tips to help you get through situations. Number 5. How to Be a Happier Parent by K.J. Del Antonia. The value of finding happiness in our families, the difficulty of identifying what makes us happy, is important in Antonia's eyes, and it should be for everyone. Meanwhile, the necessity of always valuing the people in front of us over those on our phones and laptops. This soft book by Antonia has gotten awards and appreciation around the globe. It's a cheerful manual for bettering family life here and now. She zeroes in on 9 areas that tend to cause parents the greatest stress, dives into why they're so challenging, and provides simple, realistic, and sometimes unexpected solutions. Throughout the book, she returns to a core set of 10 principles she discusses at the outset: affirmations for happier parents. This is the perfect book for you if you are a working mom seeking advice on multiple things. It can be 1. How to take a step back. 2. How to slow things down. 3. How to relieve a little strain. 4. How to appreciate your children and even yourself more. Number 4. First Bites by Dana Angelo White. An all-in-one person who is an athlete, a trainer, and an author, along with other occupations that he follows. The writings of Dana tell us how you can treat your children in a polite yet hustle-free manner. The typical recommendation from a pediatrician is to introduce solid foods to your baby at around the 6-month mark. This is a good time, although a messy one. It can be challenging to know when and what to feed your infant. As parents, we share a common goal: providing our children with a healthy, balanced diet from a young age. While the book focuses on creative uses of fruit and vegetables, parents will also find tips for making healthier versions of kid-favorite dishes like mac and cheese, pizza, chicken fingers, and cupcakes. First Bites is a short and sweet manual for doing so, making it useful from the first ventures into solids through the fussy eating stages of toddlerhood. Number 3. Weird Parenting Wins, beautifully written by Hilary Frank. A freelance writer, a host, and an author who has written more than 10 books with 20 years of wonderful experience. Whether you are an adult looking for a book for your children, Hilary has got something for everyone. Natural parents, not parenting experts, frequently come up with the most successful techniques for raising children. Parenting is Victory. Hilary Frank asks for the input of parents who have successfully navigated difficult parenting situations by using the strategies that were available to them at the time. It is a helpful reminder that every parent must occasionally fly by the seat of their pants. The following are the 3 most strange lessons that you can pick up from reading this book. 1. It will take some work and skill to figure out how to soothe the child who constantly complains. 2. It explains how you, as a parent, can make your child feel more courageous and how you can take their active imagination. 3. Role-playing can be a useful tool for getting younger children comfortable talking about their feelings, and simply listening to older children can be beneficial. Number 2. What to Expect by Heidi Murkoff. Baby and book were the beginning. During the course of Heidi Murkoff's first pregnancy, when she was searching for guidance in several books, but coming up empty-handed, she had the concept for what to expect when you're expecting, which she later developed into a book. If you become pregnant during the past 10 years, there is a good possibility that you already own a copy of What to Expect, the best-selling book. It provides solutions to queries regarding ensuring that your infants get a good beginning in life and other worries and challenges that may arise. Parents are faced with a never-ending stream of choices, from determining how to properly change their child's diaper and carry their child to determining the meaning behind their child's cry. Additionally, parents must develop new skills, such as handling the infant and changing diapers for the child correctly. It is essential for young moms to have a comprehensive awareness of what to anticipate in their child's first few years of life, and a source they may refer to as necessary. Number 1. We're Pregnant by Adrienne Culp. A highly successful writer and producer, a creator of content marketing, and a television executive. Culp has dreamt up, planned, created, and carried out ongoing campaigns for companies such as Google and many others. We're Pregnant provides first-time fathers with practical prenatal guidance in a lighthearted manner that will help them feel prepared to shoulder their responsibilities. It's much more of a training manual than the usual maternity guide. The book is split into 4 sections, one for each of the 3 phases and one for the 4th trimester, as he describes it. Each segment contains a monthly chapter divided into weekly pieces. Each section begins with an explanation of the trimester and concludes with a checklist of tasks that should have been completed by the conclusion of the period. The book is a helpful manual emphasizing family objectives as its greatest strength. This guide covers everything dad needs to know each week throughout the pregnancy, including neurotransmitters, hormonal changes to what to include in the hospital bag. Being a new parent is never easy even when you have help. Things are always different with every child. For that, books can help you a lot to get through the time, as it was the case for me. These 10 books have helped me through my first baby, so I recommend you down here. Hope you like them. If the video helped you find the next book you are going to read, then like and share this video. Let me know in comment section on what type of books I should cover in my next video. Also, if you read one of the books mentioned in this video, share your review or thoughts with us. Subscribe this channel for more such awesome videos. Thanks for watching.